All right. Hello, everybody. This is the first Tuesday night show. Um, and I, of course, am Shay Bernhardt, the manager here at King and Queen Radio. Uh, we had some scheduling conflicts. We originally planned on having a few of the DJs from the dance party here, but unfortunately, they could not make it this evening. On the other hand, there's some other things that I have in store for the station, and I thought I'd sit down and talk to you, listeners, as an artist and a musician, because that's another side of me. Basically, what I do is I do my niche pretty much is improvised music. I've told you before that I'm a shaman, a teacher, a scholar. One of the things I study is the sacred frequencies, which that's kind of a deep subject, and we're not really going to go into that here. But it's like it's a very interesting subject. Is if you get into quantum mechanics and quantum physics, it turns out that our entire reality is made up of frequency, i.e., the whole entire universe is just one huge song, an incredibly complex one, but nonetheless a song. Which they theorized that basically if we could figure out how to manipulate that frequency, we could actually create our own reality around us, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. Now, as a scholar, and a musician and an artist, and rather raised to be rather open-minded, I've learned from a lot of different cultures. I don't watch TV, never had cable, never will. So it's like I started reading at a very young age. Sadly, the man who introduced me to books, he did it to try to keep me out of trouble because I was kind of a rambunctious youth. And, it didn't keep me out of trouble, but it's like I always carry books around with me. So basically, what I do is I do live improvised music online, electronic, avant-garde. I've been to Musicians Institute, learned to play guitar. Actually, I pretty much almost tested out of that because I had already taught myself how to play pretty good. I studied music for a long time, which of course is what led me to the solfeggio. Besides, of course, my own spiritual questing. Um, for those that don't know, what the solfeggio is they're basically frequencies that were considered sacred by our ancients. And I mean, this dates all the way back in Egypt. They had the solfeggio playing in their temples constantly. These tones are instead of at the 440 hertz that our normal that we normally tune to, they're tuned at 528 hertz, which is more in tune to the frequency of our DNA construction. So basically, 528 hertz promotes open-minded and a feeling of well-being, whereas 440 hertz promotes a closed mind and a feeling of dis-ease. Thus, why I think the solfeggio are kind of important, because there's a lot of disease these days, and it would be nice to see more open-mindedness. Because I'm firmly of the opinion that a closed mind will be the death of us all. So that's basically what this show is going to be about. Is I want to do something revolutionary here, which is now that we have the internet and we have various platforms that allow people to collaboratively jam in real time together, using loops, of course, for due to the latency. Um, that means basically that kind of actually adds a new flavor to radio because basically listeners can now, if the platforms can handle the traffic, listeners can now join in on the jams, and that's where I'm at. I like improvised music because I consider it live music, whereas recorded music is frozen music, and I like the energy created in live music. For me, it's a kind of meditation because it's like I lose all track of time and existence while I'm making music. I play three instruments at the same time. They are considered some of the most notoriously difficult instruments to play. That's a Eigenharp Pico, and I'll show you these in a second. That's an Eigenharp Pico, a leap motion, which uses the hand motion to create musical notes and modulations, and I use a sensomorph, which is like a little tiny thing that converts, and they don't make them anymore, which is a pity because the sensomorph is the bomb. It's almost impossible to get a clean note out of any one of them individually, let alone any playing all three of them at once. Because you're talking basically super sensitive, uh, also very difficult to keep three different scale structures and three different types of playing techniques at the same time. But it's like I've reached a point in my studies of music where tonality matters less to me than the overall. Uh, Now let me explain that. Basically, music is multi-dimensional, and most people see it as like basically two-dimensional, a pulse of time or a pulse of sound over a period of time. But when I compose, it also matters where that sound is located in the sound field, how fast it's moving, the texture behind it, and which direction it's moving. So, yeah, I like things complicated. And then you couple that with the fact that every time I get around anything electronic these days, it seems to go wonky. It's a challenge to do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put on a little tune here and basically give you as an example. It's the live jams on this particular platform, which is Endless, spelled Endless. Highly recommend it. Free on iOS. Allows you to join in on the jam. And it basically got me into electronic music from guitar. And the first time I grabbed an electronic instrument and started playing, it was like stretching my wings, baby. I was like, yeah. And that's because with electronic music, you can do anything you want to do. There's no limit. Once I get a little bit more uh, be a little bit more skilled with the motion tech, I'm going to start getting into using EEGs, AI and EEGs to basically your brain waves to do music also. That's the next region I'm going to go to. So, without further ado, I'm gonna put on a little bit. I'm gonna put on a little bit of music, give you a couple samples, and then I'm gonna explain the instruments to you, show you a little bit of a live jam, and then now let's cover the dance parade real quick, because I mean, we got the dance parade May 18th in Manhattan, and it's a lot of fun. We just posted a thing on our websites showing last year's where everybody was dancing in the rain. Woohoo! It's supposed to be sunny this time. Please show up. Support Brooklyn Station and kingandqueenradio.com. Now we are still we self funded this float, so we got a GoFundMe up, which the GoFundMe link is on our website at brooklynstation.com and kingandqueenradio.com. And it's like we'd love it if you could donate. We'd love even more if we could find some businesses that would like to advertise with us, and that includes on our floats, because we're also going to be in the Puerto Rican Day Parade. I believe we're still in negotiations on that. So we got two parades coming up. Woohoo! And yeah, if you want to advertise with us, seven or help sponsor floats, that's 718-253-7273. Again, that's 718-253-7273. With that, without further ado, let me put a little bit of music on, and I'll adjust the camera angle here, explain my instrument, show you what I'm seeking to do, and regale you with a little bit of a live jam, and then I can let you go. All right, thank you.
What you need to know, you don't know what you're going for. I gotta warn you, it's a horror movie, a horror movie. I just got it all figured out. And suddenly I realized I'm not in the theater. You know what I mean? I want to hear the 160 in the first season of the movie. I went to the cinema. I like the cut the good on the drive. My head is a movie, fire in the movie. Southern, I look at myself. Two times in one to BBC. You don't know what you're talking about in the first place.
That should give us some sound. All right, now, where was I? I was explaining what I'm doing here. So I'm going to go to the other microphone because it's easy. All right. Anyway, so let me explain what I got going on here because it's actually kind of interesting. It's I'm a person that likes challenges. So here ah, we have the Eigenhart Pico. Uh, ahead of his time, he started making these things a long time ago, and they vibrate when you're playing them. If you like really start melding into your instrument and start like getting into that meditation zone, the keys will vibrate. It's wild. It's like it's alive. And then here we got the morph. Now the morph is interesting because the morph basically is it just works, which for me I really like. I really appreciate that about it because it seems like everything goes wonky around me. And then last but not least, you have the motion. All right. Then basically the platform I use right now is endless, and I'd screen share it at the moment, but man, I tell you, getting Mac and Windows to play together nice is a nightmare. But we pick a room, you use some music, and all you do is basically jump in, loop it, and jam. So that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, that's kind of a taste. Normally, I have everything prepared beforehand. The last minute rescheduling kind of left me unprepared for that portion of it. Basically, that's the gist of it. I like live music because the improvised jam. Back in the day when I was trying to learn jazz appreciation. Oh man, I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it till I heard some. I heard on PBS the old Jim Colin Jazz Band show, which was a live band playing jazz. It was the old school toe tapping stuff rather than, I mean, musically speaking, jazz has become kind of stagnant these days, which is a pity because it used to be such a moving style of music. And it tended to jazz tended to be a little bit discordant, and this is the same way. I at one point in time I coined the term new jazz because it kind of some of the stuff that we do kind of reminds me of the old school jazz. I'll play a couple more songs for you guys, and then I'll let you go for tonight because I wasn't 100% ready to spend 3 hours playing, So next week I will be ready, and it should be interesting because I'm gonna try to get a friend of mine in here to jam with me live, also in real time. So I'm gonna build this up, and eventually, I'm hoping to put together if I can find a platform that can support it. I'm hoping that Brooklyn Station can initiate the world's largest hootenanny to set the record because this is the way it is. Right now, I'll play you a little song that was done with me and somebody from Egypt and somebody from England and somebody from somewhere in the Middle East. I'm not exactly sure, and somebody from I believe Poland. So I mean, that's the wonder of the modern age. Of course, it's the second Renaissance, and this is one of the reasons is because a lot in as far as the arts go, technology now has made up compensated for some type of deficiencies. I guess that's not really the word, but it compensates for certain skills that people don't have and allows them to be creative despite not having those skills, which I think is a fantastic thing because creativity is next to godliness. So
Makes me wanna move. I'm a real lion. I'm color in the sky. Sun is shining to the sea. for this woman. I'm the baby. That's okay. That's okay.
All right. And that's it. I got basically thousands of those. If with this, you got 1 minute loops. Each one, when you go back, if you mix it, it's an entire song. It would allow people to actually jam along with me. We'll discuss more of that next week. Uh, Most of the pieces you heard are, as I say, 100% improvised jams done in real time using loops with people from absolutely all over the world, which is one of the things I really love about technology these days, despite the fact that it goes wonky on me. Like, for example, for some reason, the tempo went absolutely berserk on this and is still doing so. But that's just the curse of being me. So I'm gonna let you guys go. We're gonna do it a little longer next week, but again, I wasn't quite prepared, so the transitions are rough. Yada yada. I'll let you guys go, and we'll discuss more of some of what I plan to do with Brooklyn Station and King and Queen Radio and WVIP 93 FM. Again, if you would like to advertise with us, that would be 718-253-7273. Again, 718-253-7273. If you would like to be on live jams on Tuesday night show, it doesn't matter what you play. You can come in here and beat on a garbage can as far as I'm concerned. I'm still working on finding a medium that will allow a large number of people to join in. So musicians out there and beat makers can, and eventually I plan on having being able to have as many people as want to join in on the jam. Uh, Basically, interactive radio. Who would have thought? With that, I will bid you all adieu for this evening, and I will go out with one that I probably shouldn't play out on the air. Well, no, I'll do that next week. It will be a dedication to a friend of mine who unfortunately was a victim of the opium war that is being waged upon the United States of America. For all those who have lost people to fentanyl, I hate that substance, and I hope someday we can do something about it because there's a lot of people dropping from it. So it's a terrible thing, man. Thank you. Y'all have a great night, and we will see you next.